What's going on? Welcome back. Strong, well-fed, outspoken. My name is Rusty, aka Coach Frizzle, aka the Miss Frizzle of Fitness. I almost didn't know my name there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened? A
I
little
know.
brain fart.
And this is my girl and co-host.
What's up, guys? I'm Coach Nel, but fun fact, my mom calls me Lanny J, and my dad calls me Lanny J Pookiemeister. So
Wow, I love how every time we're like, how many? Okay, I don't even know. I think this is our 25th
this is my
episode.
problem. Is like I don't have a identifier because
It
it's
always changes.
everything.
That's amazing though, because literally I'm like, you're gonna have to keep this going now. If we're like 1,000
It's true.
episodes in, what are you gonna
I
say?
was just gonna have to start making and
Right?
my name is Tyra Banks. Go ahead.
Yeah. You're like, this week someone referred to me as that tall girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you pass that cereal on the top shelf to me?
Yeah. That's
One
amazing.
time a person on the internet said I was awkward.
Yeah. So that would actually be great because we get so many comments, people just calling
The
us names.
trolls.
So
Yeah.
like no
Are you even
problem.
a fitness person? Because you have a belly.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly. Well, actually, speaking of the fun ways people make us feel, today's episode is something for me that, if I'm being honest, was probably one of the hardest things for me to initially get over in my fitness journey with like healing my relationship with food. And it was probably the thing that made me freak out the most in going to social situations where we were all like sharing food,
Yeah, I
potlucks,
would say
or
this probably still creeps in for me here and there.
yeah, absolutely. So we are talking about the desire to basically people please through food. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a really real one. A lot of you guys were probably just hearing that. You're probably like, oh, yeah, I know that feeling. It's really awkward. It can feel really uncomfortable, especially early on into your journey. And if you're kind of like, what do you mean by that? Um, Literally, as the name implies, right? You are feeling pressure to eat certain food to please other people, to make them happy, even if it's food that
Or
you
to
want.
maintain like a social status,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely. In big crowds, I think that for me, this was like really easy, like big work events back when I was in the corporate world, like no problem. But excuse me, I found it especially hard in a family dynamic. Friends were like, it was different with friends, like they would be like curious and like maybe there'd be like jokes here and there and stuff like that. But with family, I think for a lot of us, we can relate to the fact that like our families show love through food,
Yes.
especially like grandmas, aunts, things like that, right? And all of a sudden, this idea of like, I don't want to eat this anymore can feel really like daunting.
Yeah, because we talked about this a little bit in our holiday episode, but
Yeah.
like culturally, a lot of people are connected through food,
Yep.
right? Like socially, we're all connected through food. This is pretty typical in every society, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so it creeps in hard and fast, and it makes us feel a lot of feeling when we are going through a time in our life where we're learning to eat differently, where we're
Yes.
learning to say no to things that aren't serving us.
Yep. Yep. So whether you are, whether what you used to eat is genuinely not what you like more, okay? Because that's a really big thing here as well. Or, you're currently in a weight loss phase or a fat loss phase, or, even just changing your foods to improve your health and improve your digestion. Or you're genuinely not hungry,
Yes.
and you don't want to eat it. You're, like I said, changing habits, improving your health and hormones, whatever it is. The point is you are not wanting to eat certain things that are being offered to you. I think a potluck sometimes can be different because it's like everybody helps themselves, and so unless somebody is, but even then, right? Have you guys ever been to potlucks where, like, let's say it is a smaller group or it's not, and you just have this like loudmouth person that's like, "Did you try my mashed potatoes?" And you're like, "No, because they look terrible." No, but I'll
No,
actually
but it's true. Yeah. We used to eat together as a group all the time at my previous career.
yeah.
And shout out to Paul Way if you're listening, math teacher extraordinaire. But this man, exquisite baker. And so like when Paul brought food,
Oh,
like if you didn't
oh.
have it, everybody knew.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. But it helps that he was an exquisite baker because it's the worst when somebody like if you don't try their dish and like
But
everybody knows, but
yeah,
it's
like, I don't want your
terrible.
potato salad with raisins in it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Or like actually speaking of like with the raisins, like stuffing, have you ever had like Christmas or Thanksgiving stuffing, but then they add all
Yes.
this like fruit into it? I'm like,
Yeah.
why? No, you are ruining the stuffing. Like this is gross.
Just give me bread and rosemary and sage.
Honestly, don't touch it. Don't touch the stuffing. It's
Okay,
fine.
but here's a controversial question for you.
Yeah.
Stuffing in the bird or out of the bird?
Mm.
How are you preparing it, and will you eat it either way?
It for me, okay, I will eat it either way as long as the person cooks the turkey well. Because I find if somebody like dries the turkey out, that makes a difference in the stuffing. Or
Yes.
likewise, have you ever had the turkey come from the stuffing, but it's like sopping wet, and you're like, what happened to this? Like it's not even
I
like
want a
sopping
little
from like
textury.
turkey
Yeah.
flavor. Yeah, because otherwise, I mean. It like I keep stuffing in the house year round. There, I just looked in the cupboard the other day. I'm like,
I
oh,
love that
shit,
box
stuffing.
stuffing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. 5 minutes on the pan, it's so good. But yes, like for people, my mother-in-law, phenomenal cook. And so I would eat her stuffing no matter how she would prep it, in or out of the bird. Phenomenal cook. But my mom, who's probably gonna listen to this, I'm gonna get yelled at afterwards, is
We love you, Mama Frizz.
yeah, like no, she really like and she cooks her stuffing. I'm sorry, she cooks her turkey well, but whenever she does the stuffing in the it doesn't it's and I've told this to her. I'm like, Mama, it's too wet. Like I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
that's fair.
doing, but I don't like
I have
it.
5 siblings, so if the stuffing is in the turkey, there's not enough. It
Yeah.
better be a side
Oh,
dish.
okay. It's getting grown
Also,
out.
in the Beck, that's my maiden name. In the Beck family, we cook our turkey upside down. So it's not aesthetically
What?
pleasing, but you're not getting dried out
Do
white
you
meat.
do you guys do it on like a spit? Like
No, like we just cook it in the roaster, but upside down. So
why?
that all of the, because the dark meat will cook better, right? Because it's fattened, right?
Yeah.
So the white meat stays in the basting and it doesn't get dried out. You don't get the crispy skin though, I will say.
Okay,
I'm not
wow,
a
that's
crispy skin
actually
person.
brilliant because you're absolutely right. The white meat is
Right.
always drier. The dark meat, I'm team dark meat all the way.
Because it's better. Because
Yeah.
it's more
So
moist and
so you're saying that
flavorful.
cooking it upside down, the white meat is actually juicier than otherwise?
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna like put it on a table and grandpa's gonna carve it. It's ugly. You
Yeah, yeah,
probably
yeah.
cut it in the kitchen, but it
Yeah.
tastes better.
Wow. Okay, I'm definitely trying that this year. Everybody stay tuned. We're gonna make a whole we should make a whole
Talk about
line
people
restaurant.
pleasing here with our
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, back to the topic on hand. So there's lots of reasons why maybe you don't want to eat certain food for, again, an aesthetic standpoint, a fitness standpoint, a health standpoint, or you
Yes.
just don't want it, which is totally acceptable, right? You don't have to not want something on the basis of losing weight or gaining muscle alone. You can just not want it, right? That's
Or
fine.
alternatively, you
Yep.
want it real bad and you know it's a slippery slope for you.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So you're choosing not to, right? That is totally fine. But this is what we refer to as food pressure. Okay. Other ways, we just talked a lot about like family dinners, potlucks, office events, things like that. But food pressure can actually come across in other aspects of your life in small things that a lot of us, I think, don't realize present as food pressure. But when you think
True.
about it, they do feel a sense of pressure. Like, let's say you were out with your girls or your guys, and they're like, let's share an app. And somebody like, there's not like six of you where you're like, you know what, I'm fine. I'll have like a bite or two. It's fine. But like somebody specifically says to you, do you want to share an app with me?
Abby, yeah.
And you don't actually want to, but now you're like, they're going to think I'm like, tied up. They're going to think that I don't know how to have balance in my life. Maybe it's a new friend. You're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this
True.
feels like pressure. Or you're out again with friends or family, whatever it is, and somebody's like, let's all go for ice cream. And it's a smaller group of you, and you just feel like this pressure because now, even if you genuinely were okay with not having it, you just feel a sense of pressure because, like, literally, there's five of you and four people are getting ice cream, and you're
Yeah,
just,
peer pressure is real. We all went to high
yeah,
school, right? Like you
yep,
know what it feels like.
100%. Yep. Or this is a big one for me.
This one gets me. Yeah.
Yeah. When somebody says, I made this for you. Yeah. They kind of lock eyes with you. They stare into your soul. You're like, wow.
If you
Listen,
guys are watching this, I'm making those eyes at you.
yeah, like whoever it is, especially if it's like your grandma or something, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I feel like a really terrible person right now. There's so much pressure in any of those situations. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
And another one that falls in here is team building, right? I
mhm,
work with a ton of first responders, or like I started riding motorcycles with my in-laws, and it was
yep.
always like we ride to eat, like we go
Yes.
to the ice cream place or the coffee
Yes.
shop,
Yep.
right? And so there's this sense of camaraderie, right? Oh, we all passed the hard exam, so we're going for a treat.
Yep, yep. I know actually my mom just retired and she's exploring this new she's always been super social, but now she has more time on her hands and she's like the last one in her friends to retire. So, a lot of people are like, let's hang out more, which is
Mhm.
awesome. My mom said to me, my mom is very health conscious. She's very active. Was my very first client. I'm very proud of it. But she said to me the other day, she's like, all anybody wants to do is go for food.
Eat. Yep.
And even then, she feels a sense of pressure because she wants to see these people and hang out. And also, when we're talking about getting into older ages, a lot of people, I said to my mom, don't take care of themselves the way that you do. So, whereas my mom would be
Yeah,
down
we're
with you for
lacking
a hike,
the mobility and stuff to do other activities.
yes, that's why it comes down to food. And so my mom is currently dealing with a new sense of food pressure like in this category for the first time. Because how do you spend time with people who also physically can't do other things?
True, true.
Um, so yes.
Another area of food pressure, and this one's for my small town folks, when you go to a bigger center,
Mhm.
there's this huge amount of food pressure because it's new and exciting. And you
Mhm.
have, that one mom and pop restaurant that makes bad French fries. And so you
Yes.
have to go into the city for whatever reason, or you're traveling.
Yep.
There's this huge sense of food pressure
Yep.
because you've got to make up for lost time, right?
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. It's kind of like FOMO, right?
Yeah.
Um, so when we're talking about food pressure and the pain or the discomfort that you feel, there's really two types of discomfort that, if we're being honest, right? The discomfort that is stemming in you is coming from two places. One, it's letting other people down. You
Mhm.
feel that by not partaking, not taking, not literally having the food, taking it with you, whatever it is, accepting it, you are going to let other people down.
Mhm.
Whether you've realized it or not before, that's where this is coming from.
And sometimes this has happened because someone has actually said something,
Yes.
and you have harbored that feeling your whole life.
Yes. And you're like, I don't want to feel that again. Or I don't want to feel awkward again or anything like that. Right. But the other type of discomfort that you're feeling, and this is where these two discomforts kind of fight each other,
Mhm.
you're feeling the discomfort of potentially letting yourself down. You've already
Yeah.
told yourself, I don't want to eat this. I don't want to do that. I want to stick to my plan. And now the discomfort of letting other people down by staying true to you is battling with the discomfort of letting yourself down by making other people happy. And this is
Mhm.
a really hard place to be. So, the first thing I want to say to you is that eating somebody else's food or partaking in the event around food does not make you a better person and it does not improve your relationship with that person. In fact, I would argue that it will actually make your relationship with that food or person worse because it's going to build resentment.
Yes.
Because ultimately, you guys, no matter what it is you are working on, no matter what it is you are trying to accomplish. If you do something to please other people and you sacrifice pleasing yourself, you are never going to feel at peace with the decision that you made. And what's going to happen, because to be honest, we live in a society, sure, but we just live as human beings from a place of blame. It's a lot easier for us to blame other people and things than it is to take responsibility for ourselves. So it's easier
Mhm.
for us to blame and get mad at and just live there than recognize actually this is on me for not showing up for myself. So what's likely going to happen is you choose to do something, you choose to eat something because you feel like you are making somebody else happy. You've now let yourself down, and what you then do is feel resentment towards that other person or towards that food or circumstance or restaurant or whatever it is instead. And that's not going to benefit your relationship or your quality of life at all.
No, never, right? It's just going to continuously weigh you down.
Yep. Yep. So what do you do about it? Because food pressure is going to happen. You've likely already experienced it, whether you're aware of it or not. And you're definitely going to experience it in the future. I still experience it now.
Mhm.
But the difference is both Nell and I have spent years battling this that we can take it on head on. So we're going to go over a couple of things, 4 or 5 really big things that can help you here.
Mhm.
The first one is that you need to expect it. You
Yes.
you really need to expect it to happen. Um,
I tell people this all the time. When you're going into a social setting, have a plan.
yeah.
And I don't mean like, well, I'll just try and stick to my guns. No,
Yep.
literally take out your phone, write it in the notes app. I am going to say this when someone asks,
Yep.
or this is what I'm going to put on my plate.
Yes, absolutely. Expect people to ask, expect people to put pressure on you and plan for it. It's not that they're asking that's the problem. It's the fact that you're unprepared for what to do about it when they do ask you.
Yeah,
Um,
because a lot of people feel like they're not being supported by people in their network. But the reality is, they probably don't even know that you're working on something. Or
yeah.
if you are, you just have, they don't know how to communicate with you anymore because they've always communicated to you through food,
Yes, yes.
right? One of the
Yeah.
best decisions I ever made was to just say, I'm actually working on this right now. So I'm going to focus on that. But thank you. I would still love to be part of
Yep.
insert whatever activity here.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. When somebody asks, there's so much stress in the moment because you're not expecting it and you haven't planned for it or prepared for it. So you brace when they ask.
And
Um,
we don't always talk the same to certain people, right? Like you don't talk to your grandma the same way you talk to your best friend.
yep.
And so the way you communicate to them is going to be different.
Yes,
And that's why it feels
absolutely.
stressful, right?
Yes, absolutely. So they ask, you brace, you're not prepared, you freak out, and then everything just feels like a big stressful event. So, um, a couple of different things that you can, do here to kind of plan for it is, I mean, I really like what you said, Nell. I think that inviting people into your journey is such a key thing. It does require a big amount of vulnerability. I mean, it's up
Yeah,
to you
it feels
how
scary.
much, yeah, you want to share with somebody, but a lot of the time, yes, people also will respond to your response based off what they do or don't know. And
Mhm.
so if somebody does feel like your rejection is a rejection of their love, they will go on the defense and they will probably
Yes.
try and push you harder. But if you do give them the opportunity by inviting them in and saying like, I'm actually really working on my, digestion, like no matter what it is, you know what? I do really love that food. And at any other time, I would be all over this. But unfortunately, like I am currently working on my digestion. I've been experiencing some digestion discomfort. And so I really have to prioritize that right now so I can start to feel better and enjoy things like this again.
Yeah.
And
So save me a piece for next time, right?
yeah, yeah, a lot of people will, nobody's going to be like, "Ah, that's bullshit. Eat this anyways." You know?
Well, truthfully, if they are,
They might, yeah, they
maybe
might.
just reevaluate who you're hanging out with.
Absolutely, that too.
There are always more friends to be found, you guys.
Yes, legitimately. But ask and invite people in. Invite people
Yeah.
in, let them know, what it is that you're working on or why
Yes,
you're
because
saying no, not
we
to say
thrive in community. This is
yep,
why we're in these situations in the first place,
yep.
right? And so by shutting people out, you're
It feels like
removing yourself
rejection.
twice almost,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It not only feels like a rejection of love, it feels like a rejection of friendship, relationship, community, all that stuff. Um, Other things, right? You don't have to also invite people in. You don't have to share something
No.
that's personal, especially if you know your environment. Sometimes you know it's not going to be received that well. Okay.
Or
So,
it's new to you and you're still navigating, right?
yep. So you can always be straight up and say, thank you so much, but no. Okay. That
Mm.
does take a lot of
No is
courage.
a complete sentence, my
Yes.
friends.
Yes, it is.
Practice it.
It does take courage, and that might be something that you need to work up to, but being right polite, 100% be polite. Thank you so much. I'm good right now. Okay. And if they continue to ask, thank you so much, but I'm good right now. Continue to take the high road and just repeat yourself. Make your stance known. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Again, it does not make you a bad person for doing
No.
that. Another thing is you can always take it. And then when they are not looking, throw it out. Yes, especially if you're in a potluck, this works really well. There's usually a lot of plates with food left on them. You can always take it and then leave it to be cleaned up.
Yeah.
Another thing is you can always say, you know what, I'm really full right now. Could you take that? Could I take some of that home? And then you can either, again, throw it out. You can also, like, if you're like me, Steph usually eats all the leftovers anyways, so it's all good there. Depending what it is, maybe you got pets at home that can eat it, or honestly, depending where you live, there's a lot of homeless people on corners. You'd be surprised how many people would graciously accept a plate of food.
Mhm.
So a few other options there for you.
Yeah. Or like one bite when it fits in to your macros better, right? Like not every day is going to look the same, right? There are
Yeah.
a lot of options here.
Yep. Yep.
I'm a
So,
fan of like the fake scoop too, right? Like as an actress,
uh,
when I was starting to develop these tools, I'd be like, "Oh, great, thanks. This one's yours? Great, awesome." And then I would just walk over and feign what I was doing. They probably lost interest. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, I'm looking. I'm not gonna not scoop it if they're watching or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
more often than not, they just want you to feel loved and
Yep.
cared for,
Yep.
right? And so it's not even that they're like, "Eat this."
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, this is here for you. Okay, thank you so much."
Yep.
Remove
Yeah.
yourself from the situation.
Totally. So now that you have a plan, now that you are expecting it, the second part is you need a plan for your plan. Okay. You
Yes,
need to assume that something's going to go wrong with that plan.
100%.
Because again, right, we can have this great script in our mind, but what do you do when somebody pushes back? So as we kind of said, you can stand your ground and just repeat yourself and take the high road. Another thing though is, let's say, you are trying to build relationships at work and you get invited out on Thursday. I think I mentioned this in last week's podcast, actually. But say you get invited out for margarita night with all the girls at work, and you're like, I really don't want to miss out on this, but I also don't want to partake in actually having margaritas. Okay. Options here are here's the thing, guys. I've been there many times where I go to events and I don't have anything. Uh,
Yeah,
you
you and
know,
I both do that
yeah,
pretty consistently.
yeah. You need to understand that you can go to an event and not partake in the food that's there, the drinks that are there. We again tend to create a sense of discomfort because we then feel like everybody is going to judge us. Okay. So we're going to kind of hop into point 3 here, which is, what are you afraid of? The fear is a really big thing. So
Yeah.
again, what are you afraid of? You are in a case like being invited for margarita night. You are afraid that they're going to judge you. You are afraid that if you go and show up and you don't have a margarita like everybody else is, they're going to be like, that girl's weird or that guy's,
Pretentious jerk, she thinks she's
yeah,
better
or
than
like,
us, whatever.
yeah, oh, they think they're better than us. First of all, you can't control what somebody else thinks about you. And there's a quote that I love that says, it's none of your business what anybody else thinks of you. I think that that's fantastic. You need to
Mhm.
understand that the other things that people feel and project have nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them, but also likely when people are judging you, it's because again, they don't understand. So maybe you invite them in, or two, they are not judging you and you're just creating these situations in your head.
Or they're judging you because it's something that they don't feel that they have the capacity to do,
Yeah, yeah, it's their own
right?
insecurities for
It's
sure.
our own insecurity. That's exactly it. Man,
Yep,
I wish I had the drive to not be able to do that in a
yep,
public setting, right?
yep,
And so what's the easiest default? I think they're better than us or
yep,
whatever,
yep.
right? It's not even that they have a beef with you. It's that they have a beef with themselves.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Other things you could do in the case of the margarita setting is, you can always order another drink. You can you can order your drink. Like, let's say alcohol is the reason why you don't want to have it. You can order your drink virgin, whatever that might be. You can let people know from the invite. I would absolutely love to attend. I just want to let you know I'm probably not going to drink anything, but I would totally love to come and hang out. And that way there's no like surprise factor when you show up.
Yes.
I've often done this from a food perspective, being invited to potlucks, being invited to dinners, whatever it is. Even potlucks, like I will let people know I'm probably not going to eat any of the food, but I'm still happy to bring something, whatever that might be. So that again, there is no surprise, shock, and awe factor. So expect people to ask, plan for it, assume something's going to go wrong and have a backup for that plan. But then also start to ask yourself, what are you afraid of if you say no? So as we talked about, judgment is a big, big one.
Mhm.
A lot of people, I think, from a friend's perspective, feel like they don't believe in me. Okay.
Right.
And again,
Yes.
especially when you're inviting somebody in here, again, it's vulnerable and it kind of opens you up then for more questions at times. And it also sometimes can open up, it lets other people feel like they're allowed to now give you their opinion.
That's
Um,
true.
and that can be again hard, which is why you don't always have to open up to other people. But as we kind of talked about, everything people tend to say is based off of them. It has nothing to do with you. It's based off of whether or not they actually believe in themselves and they're not projecting that onto you. It's based off of maybe even their experience, right? You tell somebody I'm doing a digestion protocol or I'm losing weight. Now all of a sudden they're telling you about their experience losing weight, their experience losing fat. And so one of the best things I do in these moments is I actually realize that this is their way of relating to me. It's not them actually trying to change anything that I'm doing. When you realize somebody's just trying to relate to me here, you recognize that you don't actually have to take anything that they say seriously or
Mhm.
personally or actually apply it to your life. It's just their experience, their understanding. You can almost kind of approach it with an attitude of compassion, which makes like a really big difference.
Yeah, and the fact that you said compassion, I
Mhm.
think all of these situations go in with compassion
Yeah.
because not only do you need compassion for yourself, because
Yes.
this is a hard learning curve for a
Yeah.
lot of us, but compassion for others, right? Like
Yes.
Rusty said, it's not necessarily that they're trying to, sway you or
Mhm.
change what you're doing. Is that they really are just trying to connect with you in another way outside of here's some food and eat it.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And then the last thing I want you guys to remember this when you write it in your phone or in your journal or whatever it is, but I want you to remember this and ask yourself before you go to an event, while you're at the event, when somebody asks you and you feel that pressure, stop, breathe, and ask yourself, do I believe they only like me because I eat their food?
Mic drop.
Like, honestly, do you believe they only like you as a person because you eat their food? Or do you believe your grandma only likes you because you eat her food? The answer is no,
No,
it's not.
big fat no.
Yeah.
Capital N-O.
Again, these are the thoughts we create in our minds that convince us to do things that we don't actually want to do because they are literally just rooted in fear. Do you believe that they only like you because you eat their food? Ask yourself that before, during, after, as
I
many
have
times as you
friends
need.
that are professional chefs
Yep.
and they don't this is not true, right? Like they're not like, well, this is my livelihood, this is what I
Yeah.
do, this is what I'm passionate about, and you
Yeah.
don't eat it, so I hate you.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Right?
Just like their passion is food, my passion is fitness.
Yeah, I'm like, come
And
get a
we
workout
can
in
still
with
have a
me.
really beautiful friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're not in the gym with me all the time, you know?
Exactly. Do you know the last time my friends or family came to work out with me? Never. Like, ever. Well, no, like
I'm due
a
for
couple
my
times.
biannual every 2 years workout with my brother. It's
Yeah,
coming up.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, and I'm lying. And they've for sure come a couple times, just like I've eaten their food.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
it's totally fine, you guys. Nobody is thinking this about you. You are creating the mindset that you believe this to be true, and it's simply just not true. So we absolutely want to ask ourselves, do they only like me because I eat their food?
No, ma'am.
Um,
No, ma'am.
well, that's a good one. And then on that note, okay, kind of going back, circling back to how we started this. At the end of the day, you don't feel frustration at them. You don't feel anxiety or tenseness with them. You're not mad at them. You're mad at you. That's it. You. As we talked about, it is a lot easier to blame other people and sit in your anger towards them than it is to realize you are not showing up for you. And the person you're actually mad, frustrated, sad, and disappointed with is yourself.
Because
Okay.
at the end of the day, who goes home with you?
Yep.
You do.
You.
Not grandma. Well,
Yep.
maybe I don't know. Maybe she goes with you, but
Yeah.
not grandma, not friends, right? It's
Get in the
you.
car, grandma.
You're the one sitting on the couch at the end of the day going, I have a lot of emotions around this.
Yep. 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 You know, you're
Grandma's probably asleep. It's probably like 7 p.m. That's her bedtime. She's
l-
not.
literally, you know, one other form of food pressure that we didn't mention that comes through a lot. And this is one that can almost seem like a bit frustrating when the person asks you. My mom and my aunt used to do this a lot. Actually, my aunt I think still does. But she'll be like, say there's only like 2 bites left. She'll be like, just eat it. Then I don't have to put it
Oh,
away in the container. Right? You
yes.
get like a little bit
I
of
still
attitude
have this
there.
conversation with myself, honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah, right. You're like, oh,
Right?
it's
Like I'm
one more
scooping out
bite.
my prepped and I've got like 125 grams rice. That's what I'm gonna eat. And there's
Yeah,
like 132. And I'm like,
I know, I know. Yeah, I know. That's why you got the dog. I'm like, Daisy, come here,
it's
clean
true.
out.
For real.
Yeah.
Get yourself
Honestly,
a pet or a hubby. Like we both have manatee
true. But that's when
partner.
it can sometimes feel like it's being pointed at you with
Yes.
like a little bit more frustration.
Or like, here, you have the last bite.
Yep.
Yep.
Again, if you give in to that, you're not actually mad at them. You're mad at yourself. So let them be frustrated that they got to put 2 bites away. Okay. It's not up to you to appease other people. It's not up to you to make other people feel comfortable. It's up to you to appease yourself. You live
Yeah.
with yourself at the end of the day. You are not mad at anybody else. You are mad at you. Doesn't matter how they ask you, doesn't matter how much pressure you apply. The point is, if you give in and you did not want to, you are not mad at them. You are mad at yourself.
Yeah.
Every single chance someone offers you something is a chance to set the new habit. They only keep offering you it because you keep taking it.
Yeah, because how do we build a habit? Continuous behavior.
Yes, exactly. Every single time they offer you some type of food and you take it, you are not mad at them, you are mad at you. They only keep offering you more food because you keep taking more food. So set the new standard, set the new excuse me, and keep that standard in check. They
Yes,
will
because
start to
you
adapt.
deserve to take up space,
Yeah.
to
To eat what you
demand
want or
what
not
works
eat
for
what you
you.
want.
Maybe
Yeah.
we should rename this podcast "A Strong, Well-Fed, Outspoken, and Taken Up Space."
Yeah. We can't put that on a
Staking our claim in the world.
Well, but yeah, you guys, it's about you. It's about you. So on the last note here, you need to believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
You need to have your own back. You need to believe in what it is that you're doing and why it is that you're doing it. Okay. So things that you can focus on in the moment, because it can be hard when you do feel that pressure, is focus on all the ways that you love what it is you're currently doing. Whether it's literally the physical change you're seeing, how your digestion's improved, your energy, your mood, your
How you
self-confidence.
feel, how your
Yeah.
clothes fit.
Yeah, maybe your skin has cleared up. You're going to the bathroom regularly. You actually feel like your relationship with food is improving. Focus on all the ways you love what you're doing, all the good results that are coming from it, how good you are currently feeling. Another thing you can focus on is how this time is different, right? A lot of us,
Yes.
let's be real, we've followed, if you're listening to this, there's probably, like, I would say there's like a 95% chance you followed some type of diet or plan or macro or something in the past. Maybe it's worked for you, maybe it hasn't. It doesn't really matter, because the point is, no two experiences are the same, and you're doing this now no matter what happened before. So focus on how this time is different, not how it's worse or different compared to last time. Just focus on how this time is different for you based off of where you are in your life now, and again, how good you feel and all the ways you love what you're doing. And
Yeah,
then
because we always talk about wins, and if your goal, because a lot of the times when we're dealing with food pressure, your goal is weight loss.
yep,
We get hung up on the scale, right? The number defining us. This is why it's important to see all of those other things that are happening that are
yes,
positives, because in these moments you need to lean on them.
yeah, totally, totally. um have your own back here. It's so 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 important that you have your own back, period. No matter
Yes, be your own best friend here.
Yeah, yep. And if, again, having a supportive community is so massively beneficial. And you might be in a place where nobody else is pursuing fitness or weight loss or muscle gain or strength or flexibility or digestion. You might not have anybody in your life right now that you can relate to. And this is also why we have created, communities. So yes, absolutely. If you need people, you have us. Always. Okay. Yes, you can work with us. There is a link below to work with us one-on-one, where we can
Mhm.
help you with these specific situations. Absolutely. But if you're not in a position right now to work with us one-on-one, you have us on social media.
Yes, reach out.
Yeah.
Honestly, we would have never met if it wasn't for a random DM.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like find
It's amazing.
people, find like-minded people, find people that are inspiring you and making you feel confident in
Yeah.
these choices. Reach out. We're people too.
Yeah. Yep, yep. And this is why we always say to you guys, leave comments below on the podcast as well. Maybe you're not on social media, you don't use it too often. We will read them. We will get back to you. But yes, if you are on social media, and again, there'll be links below for both of our social media accounts, but you can find me at coach.frizzle on every platform.
And I'm on all of them as coach.alana.nel, but not on LinkedIn. That's my
Oh yeah,
bad
I don't think
info.
I'm on LinkedIn either.
Don't
Don't
find us on
message me
LinkedIn.
there. Yeah. But honestly, you guys message us. Let us
Yeah,
know, how much you love the podcast, because this is some
of
dope shit.
course.
Let's be
5
honest.
stars.
But no,
Hint, hint, guys.
message us. I had somebody message me
Yes.
the other day and be like, "Hey, I'm like really struggling with having certain foods in the house. Like, can you give me like some advice?" And I did. I sent her a voice note. you're not only going to hear from us if you work with us just because you pay us, right?
But
We
also, like, even
genuinely,
when you are working with us, like,
yep,
sometimes you hear something and you're like, "Hey, that's me. Now I should talk about that with someone."
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what this podcast is about.
yep.
Maybe you see yourself in something we've talked about and you go, "I need to have some accountability and support with that. I'm
Yep.
gonna talk to someone."
Yep. And one thing I will say is like, so, again, when you do work with us, you do get, of course, access to us in so many different ways. And for anything, not just, progress with nutrition and gym. But we also have like a private team chat with our community. And I will say that that's literally in the last couple of weeks, there have been so many comments on how much people love the team chat because
It's
they're just
community.
able to relate to each other. We have people in Dubai and England and Thailand and
Korea.
yes, Australia, like all over the world. But people, here's the thing, you guys, we're not that different as human beings. Of course, we're different, we're unique, we're special, but the struggles we face, we can all very much relate. So you don't have to face them alone. Um, Anyways, have your own back, have a good community that supports you here. Understand that the pressure you feel is something that all of us feel, all of us. So you are not alone in that. Again, feel free to reach out, message us on social media. But if this episode, as always, hit a chord with you guys, then please feel free to share it and tag us on social media so we can reshare your share. Go figure that
Absolutely.
one out. And just say thank you so much because it really does make a difference for us. Please also consider leaving us a 5-star review because that helps us out huge. And then otherwise, I think we already
And then
gave you
before we
guys,
go, have
yeah,
you ever got in like a reshare battle?
a reshare back. Oh, like
No,
where
yeah, like
I
reshare
take
and then they
you
share
and
and then
then you share. Yeah.
I challenge one of you out there, whoever's out there in the listening this podcast sphere. I don't know. We're gonna be reshare battle. Tag me. I'm gonna win.
That's awesome. Just how many shares. It's like, have you ever seen those pictures where like somebody takes a picture of
It's like
themselves in
zoom
the
out.
mirror, but then they like, it's like 100 pictures of them. That trips me out so bad.
We're doing
Uh,
it.
But anyways, you guys, we've had a couple good weeks here of just like motivating chats. So again, I hope you guys have absolutely enjoyed. We'll be back with some more specific training and nutrition content. We've got some good stuff coming up for you guys. So if you're not currently subscribed, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And we will see you next week, cousins.
Bye.
Bye.